Getting started. The concept of trajectory. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Lao Tzu. Every person has a trajectory. Your trajectory is the path you create for yourself. This audiobook shows you how to own yours. The general idea has been around for ages, but it is rarely understood or consciously managed effectively, and when it is, people often take a narrow view based on traditional models that worked in the past. That is why trajectory is critically important to helping you find relevant ways to manage and grow your career. Every organization has a culture and must decide if that is something it wants to manage intentionally. The companies that choose to do so are more successful in the long run. Just as organizational culture must be managed, you must manage your career, your trajectory. And it is up to you to determine how to manage it. This audio program will make it immensely easier for you to do just that. Thomas Jefferson was someone who knew his trajectory. Although he is remembered primarily as a founding father and the third president of the United States, his accomplishments were many. Jefferson did not attain that esteemed position by accident. In an era without the many modern conveniences we take for granted, including electricity, phones, and the internet, he was amazingly productive. He spoke 5 languages. He was an architect. He was a lawyer. He was a congressman. He framed the Declaration of Independence. He founded a major university, the University of Virginia. The list goes on. After each of his successes, it would have been easy for Jefferson to settle into complacency, but he chose never to stop learning and sought to continually drive his trajectory upward. He pushed for the betterment of himself and those around him, often at considerable risk. He put his life on the line by committing to an act of treason against Great Britain when he signed the Declaration of Independence. He did this because it was the right thing to do for his fledgling country, and he knew that it would lead to greater things. You too must do the right thing, always. Do not always opt for the easy thing, as it may not be as beneficial to your long-term trajectory. We cannot all enjoy the phenomenal historical significance of Jefferson, but each of us controls our own trajectory and success. Circumstance will influence your trajectory, but it is ultimately you who will choose it. From chaos and uncertainty comes opportunity. From opportunity comes growth. From growth comes success. As you will learn, you need to recognize and capitalize on those moments when growth can occur. Sometimes it is hard to do so amongst the daily turmoil, so you have to be deliberate and pull the positive lessons from every situation, including those that may seem negative at the time. Your foundation. Creating a solid foundation is essential to your trajectory. You must establish strong core skills and continue to build upon those. Success builds more success. Even for our earliest ancestors, success developed over time. It is incremental progress that serves as the impetus for even faster progress. Consider the use of fire. Fire is something we all now take for granted, yet it is necessary for survival. From fire comes warmth and the ability to cook food. Only after this basic need was met could human civilization advance. Keep in mind, however, that although fire is one of the earliest steps in a society's trajectory, it alone is not sufficient for true and sustained progress. You can build a bigger and bigger fire, but ultimately that will not equate to greater success in fire building. Similarly, bigger and bigger of the same thing in your career or organization is not necessarily always good. We will explore that idea in more detail in Lesson 5. Consider, too, the human concept of numbers, another thing we take for granted. Anthropologists have identified the invention of a number system as a crucial step that begins to transform a primitive group of people into a civilized and educated society. A number system, even if it is basic as using one's fingers to express the numbers, results in many desirable outcomes. Numbering leads to counting, and counting leads to bartering. Bartering leads to an economic system in which goods and services begin to obtain differential value. From this evolves a premium for certain skills and jobs. As these roles reap higher rewards, people can invest more in creating better services and products. As with fire, numbers provide a foundation to do even more. It is not difficult to apply these basic principles to the world in which we live and work. These 2 simple examples demonstrate how success can evolve from simple beginnings. It is important to create and implement solid building blocks in your own life and career. It will be these foundational elements that will prepare you to manage your own personal trajectory and success in life. Just as organizations develop business strategies, you must create a career strategy for your trajectory. No company will be blindly successful over time without looking into the future and creating a plan. You will learn to do the same for yourself as you listen to this audiobook. This is not to say you need to plot out your entire life. You simply need to plot it out far enough in advance to ensure that you keep moving your trajectory in the direction of your goals and aspirations. Where to begin? It is never too early to start your trajectory. Remember the story about the red paper clip that was traded for a house? It started when Kyle MacDonald traded a simple red paper clip for a pen.